I didn't fight her when she asked for the divorce. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have demanded answers, pleaded for another chance, or gotten angry. But I didn't. I just nodded, signed the papers, and let her go. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was letting her be happy. Looking back, I realize I was just numb. It started subtly. A shift in the way she spoke to me, like I was a guest in our home instead of her husband. The way her body tensed slightly when I touched her. The late nights at work that never seemed to end. At first, I chalked it up to stress. She had a demanding job. I told myself she was just exhausted, that she'd come back to me when things settled down. Then I noticed the way her phone never left her side. The way she angled it away when I walked into the room. The hushed tones on calls. The messages she'd type and delete before sending. Something was off. But I ignored it. Because the truth was, I didn't want to know. When she sat me down at the kitchen table one evening and said, "I don't think this is working anymore," I wasn't surprised. I was just tired. Tired of feeling like I was reaching for something that kept slipping away. She told me she still cared about me, but she wasn't in love anymore. That she needed to find herself. That she hoped we could still be friends. And I, like an idiot, nodded. Okay. That was it. No fight, no argument, no desperate pleas. I just let her go. The divorce moved quickly. Too quickly. She didn't contest anything, didn't fight for more than what was fair. It was almost like she wanted to be rid of me as soon as possible. I should have known then. It wasn't until a week after the divorce was finalized that I learned the truth. A mutual friend reached out. Hesitant, cautious. "I don't know if I should be telling you this," she said, "but you deserve to know." She told me my ex-wife had been cheating on me. With my best friend. I laughed when I heard it. A hollow, bitter sound. Not because it was funny, but because it made sense. The late nights, the coldness, the urgency to leave. It had all been leading to this. I didn't reply to my ex. I didn't confront my former best friend. I just sat with the truth, letting it settle into my bones like a sickness. But then came the part that shattered me. The part that turned my grief into something darker. The part that made me realize the full depth of her betrayal. See, my ex and I had a daughter. A little girl with my eyes and her smile. The one bright spot in the mess of our unraveling marriage. Only, she wasn't mine. That same friend, the one who told me about the affair, let something slip. I always thought it was weird how much she looked like him. The words crawled under my skin. I didn't want to believe it. But doubt, once planted, has a way of growing into something unbearable. So I took a DNA test. And when the results came in, my hands shook as I opened them. 0.0% probability of paternity. My daughter wasn't my daughter. I didn't call her. Didn't text. I wanted to see her face when she saw what she'd done. So I showed up at her apartment, unannounced. She opened the door, surprised, but quickly masked it with something else: guilt. She knew why I was there before I even said a word. I pulled the envelope from my jacket and handed it to her. She frowned, then opened it. I watched as her eyes scanned the paper. As the color drained from her face. And then, for the first time since this nightmare started, she broke. "Oh my God," she whispered. "Oh my God, I didn't." She didn't finish the sentence. Maybe because she didn't know how to. Maybe because there wasn't a way to. I took a slow breath, forcing the anger down. "How long?" She swallowed hard. "I don't know." "Don't lie to me." My voice was quieter than I expected. But firm. Unshakable. Her lips trembled. 5 years. 5. Years. I let out a breath that felt like it had been trapped in my chest forever. I looked at her, this woman I had once loved so deeply. The woman I had promised forever to. And I realized she was a stranger to me now. Did he know? I asked. She hesitated, then nodded. That was the final nail in the coffin. I stepped back, feeling a strange sense of calm settle over me. The kind that comes when there's nothing left to break. I'm done, I said. She reached for me, but I stepped away. Wait. No. I shook my head. You don't get to ask me for anything. Not now. Not ever. Her eyes filled with tears. I never wanted to hurt you. I almost laughed. Almost. But instead, I just turned away. And for the first time in a long, long time, I walked away from me. I wish I could say it was easy. That I walked out that door and never looked back. But healing isn't that simple. I had to grieve the life I thought I had. The child I thought was mine. The friend I thought I could trust. But in the end, I realized something. I had been living in a lie. And now, finally, I was free. Somewhere out there, there's a future waiting for me. One without betrayal, without deceit, without the weight of someone else's lies dragging me down. And for the first time in a long time, I'm ready for it. Sometimes, walking away isn't giving up. Sometimes, it's the bravest thing you can do.